Okay, that was very informative. And there's some alternatives in there. Ginger, lemon. I've never used them, but we'll talk about that a little more at the end. So here's my list of ingredients. You're going to start with a 48-ounce thing of chicken broth, a 32-ounce thing of chicken stock, a 10.5-ounce can of cream of chicken, a pound and a half of grilled chicken breast, but we're only going to use probably 2/3 of that. 8-ounce bag of the no yolks noodles, a cup of chopped carrots, a cup of chopped celery, a cup of chopped sweet onion, and 2 cloves of minced or chopped garlic, whichever one you have, and salt and pepper to taste. And before we get going, I'm going to talk about some of the USDA guidelines for cooking poultry and just handling. So make sure it's clean, wash your hands and surfaces often. You got a chance of, salmonella. Salmonella is a possibility. Make sure you separate raw meats from other foods. You definitely want to get your internal chicken temp up to 165 just to ensure doneness. And refrigerate promptly after cooking so you don't leave it out exposed to airborne. I like to cook mine, these are little side notes. I like to cook my chicken breast for 40 to 45 minutes on the grill just to make sure it's done. You can also pan grill them indoors in a skillet, or you can boil them as a last ditch effort. You can butterfly the breast and to reduce the cooking times. And don't forget to marinate your chicken just to make sure it has a good flavor. So my instructions here, it's going to be in a large pot. We're going to add the chicken stock, the chicken broth, the carrots, the onions, and the garlic. And we're going to boil that. It's going to bring it to a boil. We're going to cover it for at least an hour and let that kind of reduce down. I'm going to grill the chicken while that's boiling on the grill. And once that's done, we're going to go ahead and add the celery. And I think I added some rough chopped onions just so we had some rougher, beefier onions in there. And then let that boil for about 3 hours, and then we're going to cut the chicken up into small chunks and boil noodles, drain it, and then we're going to add the cream of chicken, the noodles, the grilled chicken, and bring that all back to a boil. Shut off the heat, and it'll be ready to eat at that time. You can either refrigerate it and have it the next day, or you can eat it immediately. So are there any, sometimes you have to take people's health and dietary needs into consideration. So what would be some kind of health or dietary needs? Anybody have any special needs?
Maybe if anybody has like high blood pressure, maybe a little less salt would be beneficial.
I actually use a lot of low sodium ingredients in mine due to the low sodium needs. Some people might even have diabetes where they got to think about maybe the noodles they're using. Whatever your needs are, think about that, especially if the people, your guests, people eating it. Some alternative ingredients. Anybody have any ideas?
Definitely just if you wanted to beef up the stock, you could add heavy cream.
Heavy cream? Okay,
add a little more of a creamier consistency. I know some people enjoy creamy consistency rather than frothy.
Nice.
You could also add in butternut squash to help add a richness, even a sweetness to your broth.
Nice. Okay, that's a good idea. Those are good ideas. And we saw ginger and lemon juice. I've never heard of those. Those are great ideas. Feel free to use it whatever you want to try. And some alternative cooking methods. Anybody got any ideas?
Crock pot.
Crock pot. Crock pot's a great idea. It'd be a slow cook, set it and forget it kind of situation. I'm not sure of any other.
If you didn't have a crock pot, you can always do it in the oven.
Oh, oven.
In a stock pot.
That's a good idea. Okay, that's a great idea. Any suggestions for my soup?
I'm definitely one of the people who enjoys a creamier soup, so I would like a little heavy cream. Other than that, I think the flavor is great, and I like the cooking methods, and how you get everything done and marinate your chicken. It makes for a really tasty soup.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Very
Well, I hope y'all enjoy it, and thank you for listening.